lives in Zambia. He is using doctors, nurses, and others at the Zimba Mission Hospital to heal people both physically and spiritually. One time, I was called into work in the middle of the night for emergency surgery. I was there to administer anesthesia and be the assistant for the doctor. I didn't think anything of it. It is part of being a nurse to get called in at odd times, but evidently it made an impression. This patient just happened to be a nurse at a nearby rural health center. A few months later, I received a letter from her. She said, "You came in willingly and smiling. Your first look gave me courage, though I was scared to undergo surgery. Sister, I'm kindly asking you to always wear that face. I can't explain how much that smile encouraged me in spite of being at the point of death. You taught me a very big lesson about our job. I will always pray to my good Lord that He gives me a good and patient heart like yours." Maria is one of my closest friends in Zambia. One Sunday, Maria was not at church. "Where is Maria?" I asked several hospital workers after church. I thought that maybe she was working, since she is a nurse at the hospital. "She is sick," said one of the nurses. "We were with her most of the night. Her blood pressure went very high, and now her face is weak, and she cannot talk and has a hard time eating." I went to visit Maria. It saddened me to see her so weak. It was one of those times that the Lord taught me to trust Him in everything. We prayed for Maria. Over the weeks ahead, she became stronger. Now she can talk and eat normally. We praise God for her healing. When the eye team came to Zimba, they helped a little boy 1.5 years old. He had a cataract in his right eye. The cataract was removed and a new lens was put in his eye. We took him to the pediatric ward to wake up and to stay until the next day. The following day, we took the patch off the eye and examined it to make sure it was okay. You should have seen his face when he saw his mother for the first time. Chuma was a patient at Zimba Mission Hospital recently. She came in with a high fever and chest pain. The doctor diagnosed pneumonia and she was admitted into the hospital. She was started on antibiotics, but after several days she continued to get worse instead of better. She started not sleeping at night, becoming anxious, and having trouble breathing. We started her on a different antibiotic. The next morning she called me over to tell me that she could not sleep at night. I asked why. She said that she was afraid that she would die. She was suffering and did not want to suffer like this anymore. I sensed that this was more than just a plea for relief of physical pain, but more of one of spiritual need. Since I didn't have enough Tonga language skills to help her, I asked the hospital chaplain to come and talk with her and to pray with her. The chaplain came right away and spoke with her. He told me with a smile on his face that she had accepted the Lord. The next day, there was a change in Chuma. She was less anxious and able to sleep. The new antibiotic started working and she gradually became well. Later, she thanked me for seeing her need and that I was able to help her. She was discharged from the hospital a few days later. It is a thrilling experience to work in a place where people not only go home physically healed, but go home spiritually healed as well. I'm looking forward to returning to Zambia. I'm excited to see how God will continue to work in the lives of the Zambian people, healing their diseases and healing their hearts.